Hi guys, today we will be making Dutch bread. The materials and ingredients you will need is 1.5 cups of warm water, 1 packet of yeast, half a tablespoon of salt, 3 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. Always make sure to wash your hands with soap and water. In a large bowl, mix together the warm water, which is 1.5 cups, yeast, and table salt until yeast and salt are fully or almost dissolved. We like to use a whisk for this. Then add the flour, which is 3 1/4 cups, to a bowl all at once and stir together until a sticky dough forms. Don't worry about mixing too much, just make sure everything is uniformly wet. It will be messy and sticky, but you can scrape what's left on the spoon with a silicone spatula. Cover the bowl with plastic wrap and leave it for 2 to 3 hours to rise in a somewhat warm place until it has doubled in volume. The food science principle exhibited is proofing. The initial rise in bread production is called proofing. The yeast starts to ferment throughout the proofing process as it feeds on the dough's carbohydrates and produces gas. Fermentation yields a range of molecules that gives the bread its flavor in addition to the rise via gas, alcohol, and enzymes. Fermentation is where yeast converts sugar to carbon dioxide and alcohol in the absence of oxygen, causing the dough to rise. Preheat your oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit and place your Dutch oven in the oven with the lid on while the oven is preheating. Once the oven reaches 450, keep the Dutch oven in the oven for another 20 minutes and put your bread in. The method of heat transfer is convective heat, referring to the direct transmission of heat to an object by quickly moving molecules. The walls of the oven warm up and emit heat toward the outside of the food, while thermal radiation loses energy as it travels. Enough thermal mass is provided by the thick cast iron walls of the Dutch oven to guarantee a temperature-stable baking atmosphere. Bake the bread for 35 minutes at the 450 degrees Fahrenheit and then remove the lid and bake for another 5 to 10 minutes until a golden brown color forms on the top of the loaf, like so. Since the food is fully done, make sure to use gloves, which allows us to not contaminate the food. Remove the loaf from the Dutch oven, grabbing the sides of the parchment paper, and allow the bread to cool for at least 10 minutes and you're done. And these are our credits.